So my personality type is a ISFP, which is overall just like an adventurous person. I'm very outgoing. I like to do different things because trying new things is amazing. And because I'm adventurous, I help also like reach out to my friends if they're ever in a time of need and actually help them. Although that doesn't sound adventurous, even though the caring aspect is there, helping people deal with their emotions is what I do. And because I'm adventurous, a lot of my strong point is like social aspects and things relating to that, like being a teammate and just being social with my friends and communicating who I am and what I like and all those things. Now, some of my weakest points for being an adventurer, or sometimes when I sit alone, I like to be alone. Like, everyone likes to be alone sometimes, don't get me wrong, but when I sit alone for too long, I tend to overthink every single little detail in my life. I mean, we all go through spells like that, but when I get through one of those spells, it takes me forever to bounce back and want to do something again. Like, I recently just went through like a little hardship of trying to understand emotions of another person, thinking they returned the same emotions as me, and they didn't. And even though they showed it at first, and I just sat there, and for about a good month, my friends trying to pull me out of the gutter, just trying to help me recuperate, and I just sat there thinking, what did I do wrong? Why did this happen? Why did I deserve this? And just thinking every little tiny bit we spent time together, anything, to see if any of it made sense, and it didn't to me, until I finally understood that it wasn't me. It was someone else who had been harming the other person, and they couldn't give me the dedication that they wanted to, and therefore they put their feelings aside and tried to spare me while they were struggling on their own. Now, while they were struggling on their own, I sat there and I refused to leave. I refused to not give up on them. So I put myself through that hardship, that adventurous hardship of trying to help somebody, which is who I am. I'm not the type of person to give up on anyone. No matter the situation, the circumstance, if you need help and I'm here, I'm willing to do anything in my power to help you. So that's what I did. Even though they acted like they didn't want me around anymore, I still persisted, I still tried, and now we're actually really good friends. So I think it really did pay off. One of my weaknesses is overthinking that, and sometimes the overthinking leads to just answers. Although it's not positive at first when you start to think about it. At first I was like, what did I do? Like, did I say something? Did I just make the wrong impression? You never know the story until you hear it from the person themselves. So overthinking is one of my biggest weaknesses. But everyone overthinks time and time again. It's not abnormal. We all go through life every day thinking, pondering over every single question we've ever gotten in our lives. Like, who am I? What do I like? What does everyone else like? Anything like that. So being an ISFP, I think really suits me. Like, I love to go out and be adventurous with my friends. Love going on hikes and just having a good time. But I also know when to step back and like just take a breath. Because that's what people need to do sometimes. People don't understand that you don't always need to be in the spotlight, per se. You can take a step back and take a breath and realize everything that's going on around you that you're not in. And it just gives you an even more greater appreciation for what you do have than ever before. With my friends, I'm always the caretaker. So I always make sure I'm around to make sure they're not doing anything stupid. But sometimes I just gotta let them go and make their own decisions, but then be there to help pick them back up. that makes me realize how much they actually need me. It makes me feel important and wanted, and that's awesome. Like, not saying you need to be important or wanted and have friends. You really don't, but it just gives me a whole new appreciation for them. Appreciation that we never really have thought about before until you go through it. So overall, I think the test that we did was very, very informational. And I really found out a lot about myself by reading about an ISFP and hearing about it even more. I knew personality types existed, but I never actually looked into it. I'm just like, I'm my own person. I'm special the way I am. I don't need to be classified as anything. But actually reading the classifications helps. It helps identify, like, do I do this? Maybe. Maybe not. It gives me things to focus on, things to work on, and that's what I really love to do. I love challenges. I love to explore new things. So reading about this and seeing that I need to focus on some things is really eye-opening, and I'm glad we did it.